President Donald Trump possibly is unable to read. Put it up. Here we go. According to a Resurface interview, it is possible that Trump is actually, well, not literate. Here it is.
Who are your favorite authors?
Well, I have a number of favorite authors. I think Tom Wolfe is excellent.
Did you read Vanity of the Bonfires?
I did not.
It's a phenomenal book.
What book are you reading now?
Well, I'm reading
Bonfire of the Vanities.
I'm reading my own book again because I think it's so fantastic, Tom.
What's the best book you've read beside Art of the Deal?
I really like Tom Wolfe's last book, and I think he's a great author. He's done a beautiful job.
Which book?
His current book. His current book. It's just out.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yes. And the man has done a very, very good job. And I really can't hear with this earphone, by the way.
What happened with the Trumpster?
Okay, so he's like, he doesn't really know how to read.
For real.
Yeah, and he loves to improv.
Yeah.
So during like the table read, he before we were gonna before he had to read each line, and he's the host, so he's at everything.
Yeah.
He would go, I'm not gonna say this. I think I'm gonna say it the way I want to say it. Is that okay? Is that okay, Lauren? Is that everything? And everybody's like, what?
Mm.
And then this is my favorite part is there was a sketch that we wrote where he's at Disneyland with his daughter, and the line is, all right, let's get out of here. Turkey legs? Let's go get turkey legs. And he doesn't know how to read. So he went, all right, let's get out of here, turkey legs. He called his daughter turkey legs.
Present a letter from the king.
Thank you very much. Am I supposed to read it right now?
Yeah, please do.
I will do.
I've got to tell him what your reaction is, so I need to know.
He is a great gentleman. A great, great gentleman. Oh, that's well. Well, that is really nice. I must make sure his signature's on that. Otherwise, it's not quite as meaningful. It is, and that's quite a signature, isn't it? Beautiful. He's a beautiful man, a wonderful man, and we appreciate it. I've gotten to know him very well, actually. First term and now second term. Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph.
Yes, so this is a letter from His Majesty the King.
Perhaps you'd like to read it for us. I'm sure the expectation was Trump would read it himself. Why hand somebody a letter to read in front of cameras at a press conference? If it wasn't for the fact you wanted them to read it out loud, Trump reads it silently to himself with his inside voice. When has Trump ever used his inside voice when it comes to a compliment about him? Put it up full mass. Adult literacy is real. The reality of Trump possibly making it through institutions without being literate. That doesn't mean you can't read. Obviously, it simply means you don't read well or you're not as fluent in it. There are some real reasons for somebody who's unable to read fluently. Typically, poverty, lack of access. Not that they don't want to, but because they didn't have the opportunity to. Trump cannot make that claim on any level. There's nothing embarrassing about it. But damn, if you have the access and access galore, this should not even be a question. So a resurfaced clip of Donald Trump has gone viral after exposed contradictions toward his literacy claims. In 1987, in an interview, Trump expressed that Tom Wolfe was one of his favorite authors. But when asked about the Bonfire of the Vanities, he claimed, I didn't read it. The clip featuring a younger Trump attempting to navigate questions and literature with host. Now you got to get this now. It was Pat Buchanan. Okay. So Pat Buchanan, Tom Braden, has become viral, a viral sensation that's reigniting a long-standing question about the 47th president's relationship with the written word. The moment created laughter with Pat Buchanan, but now it has received some criticism online, with many people calling him out for lying on TV. So the co-host asked asked what book was he reading in the moment. Trump said, quote, "I'm reading my own book again because I think it's fantastic. However, just months later, when asked about the best book he'd read besides his own, Art of the Deal, Trump enthusiastically praised Tom Wolfe's last book, saying, he did a beautiful job. Put him up again. Okay, let's go back to Trump 1 when he ran his campaign and he went and was the keynote over at a Christian institution, name reserved intentionally. And he told everybody to open up their books or to open up their Bibles, or he would be speaking from 2 Corinthians. Now, damn it, everybody, church or unchurched, you know that's 2 Corinthians because 1 Corinthians is 1 Corinthians. At that time, we assumed he was simply, well, not a Christian, which was a fair assumption given his lifestyle and given the rhetoric and given the fact he said in the interview he never has asked God for forgiveness of anything. Fair conclusion. It possibly was he actually is not literate as we think he is. That would fit in this case as well. So when Buchanan clarified he was referring to Bonfire of the Vanities, Trump quickly agreed, saying, yes. And the man has done a very, very good job. The contradictory did not go unnoticed when the clip made its rounds on social media. The irony is he does the exact same thing today. That's the irony of it. Oh, who? Yeah, oh, absolutely. Very, very good job. The Constitution, Declaration of Independence, it means independence. It's a declaration. It's a very good document. Very good document. Same thing. There's more. One Instagram user did not mince words, declaring, quote, he has never read a book, end quote, while another added with biting sarcasm, quote, I don't believe he can read it all, but boy, can he lie comfortably. Badly, but comfortably. The online commentary grew increasingly pointed, with one person joking, quote, he doesn't read ever, even the crap he signs, end quote. Tulsi Gabbard had to modify her intelligence briefing for Trump. This is another story. So Trump's intelligence chief, and let me back out of this just for a moment and clarify something. This is literally the person in charge of all intelligence agencies in the United States of America. Don't let the fact that DNI seems to be some offshoot agency. It took the place of Central Intelligence. So the person who's in charge of DNI is in charge of it all. So the person in charge of it all, Trump's intelligence chief, is exploring ways to revamp his routine intelligence briefing in order to build his trust in the material and make it more aligned with how he likes to consume information. According to 5 people with direct knowledge of the discussion, a new PDB could include pictures, graphics, maps, maybe animation, exploding bombs, similar to a video game. Another one of the people with knowledge of the discussion said, quote, the problem with Trump is that he doesn't read. Said another person with direct knowledge of the PDB discussions. It would all make sense. His attack on institutions of higher education, the fact that his former professor said he was the dumbest student he ever had. I mean, that's a lot for a professor to say out loud about anybody, former or current. That's a hell of a thing. The fact that he said 2 Corinthians, like that should have been a sign there. But we had assumptions about this man. Okay? and really everything else he has said that seemed really ridiculous at the time. Now, despite Trump's questionable reading skills, one of the nation's top schools is going to pay him $220 million. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the United States of America. Columbia University announced Wednesday it has reached a deal with the Trump administration to pay more than $220 million to the federal government to restore federal research money that was canceled in the name of combating anti-Semitism on campus. Under the agreement, the Ivy League school will pay $200 million in the settlement over 3 years, the university said. It will also pay $21 million to resolve alleged civil rights violations against Jewish employees that occurred following October 7, 2023, Hamas attacked Israel, and the White House said. So, let's get this straight. So they're paying $220 million because of protected free speech that the White House disagrees with. This is the perfect time to take said entity, the White House, to court, because literally the Constitution says you have the right to your opinion and the government cannot penalize you for such right. All right, dear brother, thoughts here?
I mean, to be honest with you, Dr. Richey, I just had a flashback of being back in high school where I was called turkey legs quite a few times, and it still hurts a little bit. So I'm just kind of, I'm reeling. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if Trump is illiterate per se. I definitely agree that his literacy probably is not off the charts. I'm going to choose to believe actively that all of this is true in the most extreme way possible, though, just because it all adds up. And I also think it's almost nostalgic to see a clip where someone is pretending to read, like back when that was something that was more valued, maybe today. And I certainly, I have some books and I haven't read all of them, and that's okay. I think it's okay to just admit that you don't enjoy doing it very much, but that's not the kind of person I think that he is. As far as Columbia University goes, it's a really gross situation, I think, with them. And it's not the first time they cracked down on anti-Vietnam protesters back in the day. I think they also cracked down back in like 1917 or something. So they have a history of doing this and not siding with their students and capitulating instead to these administrations. And it's very infuriating.
Extremely.